Alright guys, I'd like to welcome y'all to the first Cheeto Hunter broadcast with video. And let's hope I don't mess this up. So, we got about 8 minutes till the Globex Open on Sunday night. So, I'm going to jump right into it. People would ask how I executed. I'm going to give you a kind of a in-depth quick snippet of that, how I traded Thursday and what information I carried with me to make the decisions on my execution. So first off, if we look to Wednesday's close, we had a little ramp up here around was about 2:30 or so, and it peeled off all the way down and closed about 42.31ish, somewhere in there, 32. And so that's something I always like to look at when I'm trading the next day is, how did we close? So it's pretty much an up day on Wednesday. But as you can see here, when we opened up on the Globex, we peeled straight up and came all the way up and went right past that area. So our previous day high, regular trading hours, 42.46 and a quarter, and we're above that. So with just that information in mind, let's scroll over to the regular trading hours. I have this drawn in every day. Just, previous day high, previous day low, and this is, of course, the Thursday opening price, 42.54 and a quarter. So what I'm looking for is when we open, I'd like to see how we trade around this opening price. Are we going to come down? Are we going to come down and hit this previous day high, test it? You're going to open, test, reject, or are we going to not even come down here? Keep in mind, these people are probably caught down in the 42.31 area. Those bears are bleeding pretty good at this point. So with that in mind, I'm just looking for my setup. And this area right here, it pretty much is just chop. A lot of people going, nah, I don't want to trade this area. This area is where I make my money. And I look for my edge. Comes from places like this, especially when we're rotating around this opening price. So let me give you a little insight on how I executed. I saw 3 push down, 1, 2, 3, with a divergence. So that's kind of hard to see to the untrained eye. I can spot these pretty easily because I've been doing it for 15 years, but if we go to another chart here, we can scroll to that same exact spot, and we can look and see it smoothed out a little bit. So it's a little bit easier to see here with the Heikin Ashi. And by the way, this came from Brian Watt. I encourage you to use any tools from any other traders that's going to help you on your journey. Sometimes he's a completely different trader than I am, but if his tools work for me, then that's awesome. So that was the first trade I actually took. I entered at 53 and a quarter, somewhere's right here, and exited about 56 and a quarter, right up in there. And that was my first 3 points. And when we came back down to the opening price and we bounced off of it right here, once we got above this moving average, this whole moving average here, I went ahead and took another long, about 55 and a quarter or so, 55 even, something like that. And I pulled out about 58, so I got my other 3 points. So I got 6 points pretty quick within the first, I don't know, less than an hour. So when I get my points that quick and setups happen that quick, it just depends on how I feel whether I want to trade the rest of the day. So this day I actually just cut it off and cut the screens off. Went outside, mowed the yard, got some stuff around the house done. But that was 2 trades that I took. Now, if we fast forward here, I like to go and review those days that I didn't trade, because sometimes you'll see things that are important. You start to see other things that happen. And so what do we see here? Again, 1, 2, 3, right with the divergence. So if you took that trade, you probably could have gotten, I don't know, 52 to 55 or so. Another 3 points. I didn't take it, but it's there. But you have to be real selective when you take these trades and put the right context into place. So that was my thinking when I was taking those trades, and I hope this kind of helps everyone see into how I execute and why I execute. So until next time, see you guys on the flip side.